Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So this is video 19 of this machine learning course. Today we are going to be learning about sorting arrays with NumPy. Now this is actually the last practice video in NumPy, but it won't be the last video of this NumPy series. So in the next video we'll actually be doing some sort of project where we'll be using all of our NumPy skills, okay? So today is our last practice video, so topic video. And then the next video is kind of like a little project, okay? So yeah, so as I told you, we're learning about sorting arrays with NumPy. So what we're going to do is obviously you want to open our Jupyter notebook. So that is what we'll do. We go ahead and search up Anaconda Prompt if you are in Windows, or you can search up terminal if you are in Mac OS, okay, and Linux. So I'm going to search up Anaconda. Okay, I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Anaconda Prompt, and if you already have set up your environment, then you can go onto this bit. So let me just expand that and zoom in. So if you have not set up your environment yet, please do that. And if you already know how to set up your environment and launch your Jupyter Notebook, you don't need to do this bit. You can just skip it. And if you have launched your environment but you still don't remember how to launch your Jupyter Notebook, just follow along with what I do. Okay. So conda activate, because we need to activate our environment, okay? So conda activate, and we need to write the location of our environment. So this is my location, desktop folders, ML course practice project. Okay, so I need to spell ML course properly. Yeah, just remember you spell everything properly. And now it says ML course. Wow. Okay, so I can definitely not spell. Okay, so right now, everything just went a bit basic. So yeah, there goes the ML course finally. Practice project, and then we type in Jupyter notebook, and also spell that properly too. Right now it's not really working. Okay, and then press enter, and a bunch of URLs and links will come up. So yeah, like it's doing now, and then it will launch the Jupyter homepage. Okay, so let's wait for it to do that. So now you need to go to your Jupyter notebook and go ahead and open it up so it is ready for coding. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so this is where we left off last time. We learnt about comparison operators in NumPy. Okay, so we learnt about those, and we learnt about how we could compare compare different arrays with some NumPy and Python methods. So today, as I told you, we are going to be learning about about sorting arrays. Okay, so sorting arrays. So let's bring up an array that we've already made called random array. We've made this like in one of the videos, I don't remember, but we made it in one of those videos. Okay, so we've got a random array, so we're just gonna change it a bit. So random array is equal to np.random.randint, and let's say we want the numbers up to 10. Let's put the size as 5.3, because actually not 5.3, 3.5, because that was the size of this original random array. And let's view our random array. Whoops, it's saying size is not defined, so we need to put an equals there. And now we've got a different one. Okay, so now we've got a different array. we need to get on to actually sorting our arrays. So basically, NumPy already has a method called sort. So it's np.sort. Let's press Shift Tab to see what it does. So it says it returns a sorted copy of an array. So if you're still in doubt, run the code. So let's actually see again what parameters we need. So we need A. Okay, so A is compulsory and that's our array. So let's just pass in random array and it says 15789034891023335. So what could be the pattern here? Why is it just giving us the same numbers but in a different order? Okay, so what np.sort actually does is so let's say we've got a row, so this is our row. What it does is it sorts every row in an array. So instead of saying sorts, it orders each number in every row. It orders each number in every row, and it orders it from smallest. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with mathematics today? Smallest to largest. Okay, so that is what sort does. Okay, so keep that in mind. It will come in handy. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's just there is also another method. Okay, so it's similar to sorting and it's called argsort. So np.argsort. Let's see what this does. So it says it returns the indices that would sort an array. So instead of sorting the array itself, it takes the indices of the array when it's sorted. Okay, so you'll see what I mean. So again, we need to pass in our random array. And so basically, as you can see, the index for 1 over here is 2. The index for 5 is 3. 7 is 0. So it matches. So each index in this array over here is so each of these indices, they are indices of each of these numbers in the same order as this array. Okay, so try play around with that. It can be pretty helpful. So now we're going to bring in two more arrays that we have used before, our trusty A1 array and our trusty A2 array. Okay, so we've got A1 and A2. So what if you want to find the minimum of if you want to find the minimum of NP of these indices, okay? So there is a method called np.argmin, okay? And let's pass in A1. So let's press Shift Tab to see. Returns the indices of the minimum values along an axis. So let's run this. So it says 0 right now. So basically the minimum value in this array of indices is obviously 0. So it'll give us 0. So let's check the argmax as well. So np.argmax A1. Beautiful. So if we check np.arg argsort A1. So argmin, the minimum value is 0, and the minimum index is 0, and the max index is 2. Okay, so the maximum and minimum indexes. Okay, so let's check this on A2. Actually, let's check this on our random array. Okay, so we've got our random array up here. So let's try np.argmax, and let's see if this takes any other arguments. So it says a axis is equal to none. So let's actually add in that parameter. So we're gonna say we're gonna pass in a random array, and axis is equal to 0. Okay, so right now that actually kind of looks confusing. So let's try axis is equal to 1 as well. So np.argmax random array axis is equal to 1. And then we get a shorter array. So why is this? So let me just show you what all of this means. Okay, so I brought up my presentation here, and if we look at this anatomy of a NumPy array, we can see that if its axis is equal to 0, that obviously means a column, and if it says axis is equal to 1, then that is a row. But that's not it. You need to know how this argmax and argmin works. So let's say you you put in axis is equal to 0. Okay, so let me just get this up. So let's say let's just wait for this thing to go off. Let's say we got axis is equal to 0 over here. Okay, so let's say we did get that, then we would have to so then so as I told you, it's argmax, so it would pick up the maximum value of each column, because axis is equal to 0 is a column. So 8 is the largest of this column, 4 is the largest of this column, 7 is the largest of this column, 9 is the largest of this column, and 9 is the largest of this column. So we've got all of our indexes over here, and as you can see, the first row would be index 0, the second row would be index 1, third row would be index 2. Okay, so if that's the case, then if we look at A, it would be converted to index 0 because it's on the first row. And then these two 9s over here would be converted to index 1 because they are on the second row. And then 4 and 7 over here would have an index 2 because they are located on the last row. Okay, so that is what their indexes will be. Okay, so if we look back, if we actually just go and look back over here, we got, so obviously it's not going to be the same because it's a random array. Okay, so if we actually did have these numbers, then that would have been the case. Okay, and then we've got if the axis is equal to 1. So if the axis is equal to 1, so this one, so if it is equal to 1, that would obviously mean a row. Okay, so the largest of this first row over here is 8, and then the largest of the second row is 9. Even though there is another copy of 9, it will choose the first one that it sees, so it will be this first one. And then the largest of the last row is 7. Okay, so that is what it does. And then if we convert these, so A is on the first column, so it is index 0. 9 is on the third column, so it would be converted to index 3, and 7 is on the second second index, so it'd be converted to 2. I don't know why I said column. I was meant to say index. Okay, so yeah, that is what you could do. If you want to visualize it, you can just look at these pictures. I'll put this thing in the description below so you guys can look at it. Okay, so yeah, that's what it means. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put an end to this lesson right now because we kind of finished practice now. So we learned about some methods to sort arrays and all of this work that we have done. So look how much work we've done. All of this work that we've done over here. We are going to use this work in the next video to create a small project, okay, just to get us a bit more ready for machine learning.